Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we have Azorius control because I know you guys really enjoy this archetype, and we have a twist. The twist will be Sigarda Splendor. Definitely not a meta choice. However, this is a 4-mana enchantment that basically draws you cards as long as you weren't damaged, and for every white spell that you cast, you gain 1 life. As you can see, we have quite a lot of those because we are a Azorius deck. We also have choices like Deadly Riposte, card that I personally quite like. Other than this, we have Wedding Announcement for this super powerful early mid-game, and it definitely helps with all the tokens. Also, it helps buffer the Invoke the Spells so they do not hurt as usually. So this is kind of the base for the whole deck. Don't forget Soul Partition can save your Warden. Sanctuary Warden is the big deal for the deck. It definitely helps to kill the opponent. And don't forget you can waste first Sanctuary Warden just to draw a lot of cards and force your opponent to make bad trades, bad decisions, stuff like this, because you will draw another one. And this one will be with double shield and it won't die at all, as long as you have some counter spells. And we have quite a lot of those, 5 to be exact. That's honestly a lot for current meta. Alright, what about the win rate? Sloth, I want to know how much it wins. And that's your reward for staying until the end of the intro. We went exactly 50% win rate in numbered Mythic, but the real secret ingredient is about the games we have lost. Except one game that we lost, all of them were mana screws. It's kinda unbelievable, but I got mana screwed so much it consists of basically all of the games I have lost. With that being said, don't forget to subscribe, guys. It really does help the channel. So if you want to support the channel or just say thank you, subscribing is honestly the best way to go around it, and it's definitely appreciated. So thank you for that, and let's go into games and have some fun and magic. Alright, so we are going this is a really nice hand, and I think this is the first time when we are on the play with Reverie. We might cycle for the card. Let's see what we are against. I'm still not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. I think this will be a okay matchup to cycle the Reverie. I don't think it will be. This is not very aggressive color combination. I might be wrong. Okay, so it's Esper Legends with some clickbait, basically. Alright, so this is the Raffine turn. We definitely do not want to let Raffine, go on the rampage. Sure? Because whatever he does, it will be scarier. Raffine? I mean, this is not scarier. That's fine. So I got the life back. And it's fine. Basically what happened. So if he plays Raffine, I really don't want to hit Raffine. What happens? So he puts the counter, I can kill it in response, then I untap, Soul Partition, and he can play Raffine for 5 mana again. I don't like it, but I really think we cannot skip them. Like, we are not guaranteed to draw lands on the next 1-2 turns, and I need to get some kind of card advantage. Maybe he doesn't have Raffine. Alright. So I can get 1 card or save it. I think I prefer 1 card. It might seem that he's great trade for him, but Loran is not the best creature on Earth. It kinda dies to a single, Wedding Announcement token. So we can go like this. Alright, I need to keep tapping Foundry manually. And I mean, the board is absolutely not scary. So it means that whatever he plays, Raffine is like the big deal. See ya. Gotcha. I think they had it from some time before. I think they lowballed it. Because that's your basically main card for the whole deck. So if you get it into battlefield, you should be absolutely fine. And this deck has some weaknesses. No. Alright, I got so scared right now. Like, they have trouble dealing with flying 5/5s, that's for one. So I think if we untap, we should be absolutely fine. Oh man, we can Soul Partition it. I kinda want the counter spell though. Do I remove the shield counter? The answer is, of course, yes. I do. I think we should be the aggressor. I think we should be the one to basically pressure them. Yep, pretty obvious bait with the Emperor. So we have 3 mana outside the Emperor. Emperor will definitely happen. So it's either wedding announcement to keep stuff... No. Alright, better. Why would you not get... Alright, this is the play. Yeah, I think that's okay. Wedding announcement is something that creates a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm at 19, so that's why I don't soul partition main phase, even though Plaza can save the AO, but then he has what, 2 mana a turn? That's not enough to outrace us. He needs to keep playing cards into the board, and then we answer. Loran can still draw cards, but you know, it's not as great as it might seem. Alright, so let's see the attack, the important part. Alright, interesting. Definitely interesting. And he wants to bait us. He thinks that we are one of the players that will fall for the Plaza. The disrespect. Crazy. So we play like this, because this gives us the best possible trade right now. So this is free. This is nearly free. Other line gets smaller also. We are at 13. Don't forget we can always exile our own creature if we really care. So they predict 1 Emperor. Let's see if they predict 2 Emperors. I could also just get rid of the AO, but then he activates the Plaza, right? So... Alright, maybe we can bait the whole thing. And this... Yeah, for now only this. You know what? We are doing it. It's good value. I'm sorry, Emperor. You have been kinda used, and it's fine. So he can do it, and he can try to survive, basically, with the AO. So if I play the Emperor, I +1 the Warden, then he activates the Plaza. Doesn't really give him any benefit. Okay, I convinced myself, and I got wrecked by Mishra's Founder again. I guess that's my destiny. That's why we use the counter from the Emperor, by the way. Oh, he's so smart, he will target it with Plaza. Oh, it would be... I didn't time it right. It was supposed to be epic. And now he sacrificed all of this, and all we wasted is a +1. Like, that's not bad. Do they have this card in any way? Nah, I think we can safely play it. And we still get the token. Don't forget, next turn, Wedding Announcement flips, and we deal devastating damage to our opponent. And I'm not sure, yeah, it can be for 7 mana, but you have a 5/4 for 7 mana. That's a lot. Alright, token. Do I want to get rid of Adeline? I kinda do, honestly. And another card into the bin, because when AO finally dies, if it dies, he gets the counters on each creature, so it's really beneficial for us to do this thing. Alright. He stepped out, so we can safely just start using stuff. Yeah, like, he lost too many creatures in the process. I'm kinda happy with the result. Alright, opponent goes first. Well, I mean, this will be one of the games when we just keep playing Wedding Announcements, and we see if that's enough. To be fair, if we're on the play, I'm nearly sure we'll win this game, because Mono-Red cannot compete with Wedding Announcements. On the draw, there is chance we die faster. Alright. That he kept a 1-lander. I just want to point out the greediness of our friend. And a Ganjo might be a removal. So, you know, this was kind of that turn. And let's see. Man, you really keep a 1-lander and you hope to... Oh, that's such amount of greed. And they get away with it very often. Alright, so we start. We need to go wedding announcement for sure, that's the first thing. Second probably is union into Cove. We can also depopulate, depending on how he plays. Yeah, this will be a depopulate. So, if we are depopulating, we know that we want to prevent as much damage as possible. And it means this will be land. Unfortunate, but it's okay. And now we have the priority. And this is the damage that we actually do take in our face. Then we try to heal with Union. You see how oppressive this deck is, even on one land? I cannot be... This is absolutely ridiculous. But we'll teach them the lesson about not keeping your lands. Alright, this is important decision. I want to make sure he dies, you know? So... it's wedding announcement. And this will be the last turn when he can play something. Then we go Union into Make Disappear and start doing cards with the Bankbuster. I want to develop Wedding Announcement because they are basically like, you know, small factories that give us value every time. And the moment the first one flips, which is now, means that he lost the game. This deck just cannot compete with Wedding Announcement if you play them quick enough. What he can do is try to burst you after you do it. So we probably even not play this land, maybe. We'll see. I want to, like, we need life gain, as much life gain as possible, because right now he is stuck. He cannot do anything. Our red friend actually needs to, you know, play Magic. It's horrible, they hate it. Alright, and we do not play land. I know it's weird, but it's a correct call. And you know what? In this particular situation, I will draw a card, though I usually in this matchup always get the token. But with Union, every card in our hand is just better. And I'm not playing this land exactly to have extra cards. We will probably cast Union. I also have Make Disappear, you know, that's the point. That's the point. Oh, they're so happy. You can see the happiness. So they might have mana into Warfare. That would be the worst case. So do I take this? They might have double play with fire, so I think that's why we don't. I'm not sure about going Union or there's math, which one is better, clearly. But I think it buffers enough. It's 6, right? It really helps against basically everything. So I think this is still a correct call. And now we start playing Coves. So we basically get up to 10. And he still cannot attack on board. He needs another burn spell to remove the blocker. And this is a very inefficient way to do it. But that's why you don't attack normally. But I really wanted to draw a card, you know? First, we draw. This is important. And the land that we drew is kinda relevant. But I think it's still this one. We attack with one creature. And soon, like, we need to pressure him because we need to kill him with those tokens. And 9/9 in the board should do the trick. Man, maybe I should go for the Founder actually. 1 flying damage. I cannot remove it easily. So I will go like this. It's 1 damage, it will hit me at least twice, so it's basically like countering play with fire with potential of more damage overall. So I think that's okay play. And those coves absolutely make a difference. Yeah, we draw a card or we just keep attacking. I can remove enchantment, but it's not great for me. I will. We might hit something that heals us. And that would be a game-winning move, probably. This can attack on the next turn, so that's why we do it. Yeah. I wanted to make sure that we close this game, because he was super greedy, and we cannot allow this in Magic. We need to punish every red player with 1 landers that they are not mulliganing. Alright, we are going first. We have Deadly Riposte, we have the Bankbuster and Soul Partition, so we should be okay. And you know what? My dirty secret trick. Yeah, we will pretend. The most hated deck ever. Alright, that's enough. That was great. They have Grixis mana. A Braid is definitely on the table. Harvester is too. We need to risk it. In the worst case, they negate us or the card advantage, but they lose the full turn because a Braid is 2 mana, of course. And if not, we are in great time. Especially that we need to curve out, you know? Drawing 6 lands in a row all together during the game seems basically impossible for me. So yeah. That's an interesting choice, isn't it? I'm not sure. I will go for it. It might be super risky. He's at 3 mana and we are basically with guard down, but I hope whatever happens we can answer it. And a Braid still breaks his turn fully, so he still doesn't get a good trade, even if he removes the bank. Oh yes, we got it. That was the game-winning turn. Alright, so our opponent does not have Bankbuster, but guess who does? We have the Bankbuster. So counter spells just became amazingly great. And we'll recoup all the cards. Oh, he knows. He knows. I think we start with this one. Memory Deluge is extremely important, and at some point Make Disappears won't be good enough. So let's make sure that we get to this point. Let's get rid of the tap lands. They're a little bit annoying, but not extremely. And end step plays are the most scary for right now, but I don't think those colors have great ones. Like, it's not white with the Emperor that you absolutely have to counterspell, right? Yep, and when we... so he probably wants to play around Make Disappear and just go for 6 mana. Little did he know. We do not care. And when he plays the Bankbuster, finally, oh boy, he won't be happy. Also, we activated... Man, we are absolutely crushing it so far. The game is absolutely not over. He has a lot of cards that we need to basically answer all of them at some point. But I'm kinda happy with the result. And this is the Make Disappear bait. He really thinks that we play Make Disappear. And he probably plays a Make Disappear right now. So, for this reason, we draw a card, we make a pilot, and then we play the Warden most likely, right? Or just, if he didn't tap out, I will count the mana. 3, 6. So if we play this, we can pay 2. Perfect. So I will. His removal is kinda sketchy overall, and we have, if I remember correctly, double Sanctuary Warden, so even if this dies, all we needed to do is just get a lot of value, and then we are fine. Yeah, your Make Disappear does not work for us. You have no power here. Oh, that's a weird one. Sure, I will. Not sure if he banked on my mistake, that I won't realize that he can do the thing. Or maybe he's just a bit, you know, desperate to make sure that we cannot... You get the idea. I'm thinking about the attack right now. 5 damage, I think it's relevant. So, basically, maybe he just wants us to be tapped out, so he doesn't need to fear Negate, maybe invoke Despair, but is it good enough? And that's a good situation when you say, if your opponent has invoked Despair, is it good enough? I mean, no. It's not. And that's the beauty. He can play land, probably, and then he has 2 or 3 mana to answer the Warden. And I'm not sure how he will do it. Even Liliana is not good enough. Cut down, sure. And that's it. I would love to have something with counters, honestly. Because I want to draw the card. The shield counter is a big deal for them. But given I have so much protection with Dissipate, I'm not super scared to do it. This is exactly what I needed to remove the counter. It's fine though. It's fine. We are absolutely taking over the game so far. And now with counter spells and cardio we have 7 mana, right? Yeah, we are getting full control. And he's so pressured that he needs to remove this very quickly or he dies. And that's the problem. The bait. Oh, the disrespect. Look at the mana. What a coincidence. Casual 5 mana. Sure. Like, we deal 5 damage anyway to the face, right? It's tapped creature. That's what you see. One of the disadvantages of this card, but it's against the aggressive deck, so we don't super care anyway. All right, I generally full sloth draw, absolute sloth of a person. All right, let's go with this. We are tapped out. He can do something right now, but it also means that we can memory the like. This is not my big win con. It's the first WinCon of the whole wave of WinCons. Yep. So we told you, the real game was won at the Bankbuster stage when we exiled his Bankbuster and we protected ours basically. That's where we won the game in reality. And that's our new rank. Alright, we're going first. I mean, Bankbuster is okay. Man, I love this land way more than I should. Like, on turn 1, it feels just absolutely glorious. Because you don't lose anything, basically you get 3 points of life. It might seem not a lot, you know, but it's what, 5% increase? 5%, guys, crazy. We definitely want to hit the Bankbuster. Against red decks, you fear a Bright. Against blue decks, you fear make disappear, basically. And also Talia, you know, also Talia. And this is absolute, man, I really enjoyed Deadly Riposte. I need to play with this card a bit more, because we absolutely can do a lot with it. Well, this hurts a little bit. And we should kill her, because she's absolutely irritating. Alright, 1 Talia down, but we are still not out of the woods because unfortunately Adeline does not die to the Emperor. One of the few cards that Emperor kinda fears. First you always let it resolve, otherwise they can attack the Emperor. So no, not the perfect play, but those samurais will start helping a little bit. Like, I need to start getting some slow value of those tokens. It helps diminish Adeline, less creatures, you know, sure that never something you love to see, but it's also not the worst thing you can see. Alright, Memory Deluge goes also around it, so that's even better. Let's make a token. I mean, he will attack with Shorted probably. What is not amazing, this deck doesn't play a single card that is not a creature. Alright, they are top 300, that explains it. This is one of the top meta decks right now. Along the Soldiers, I think in High Mythic and Diamond, I think it actually is the third most popular deck. So yeah, or at least with the highest win rate. So yeah, pretty strong one. We need to really work for this one, but if we hit a land and farewell, the game is absolutely over. We have 17 lives, so we have time to, you know, get the play. And we need to hit farewell exactly, I think, to win this game. And to this, we say, okay, because this means that we have to hit farewell even harder. Oh, I can respect that. In this situation it was not the best play, but he cannot know about it. I mean, it has to be this, right? The fact that we didn't hit a single land is absolute... This is disaster. Are we again at this point in Magic when I will win the game as long as I hit lands and I don't? Oh my god, I hate it. Oh, the pain. If I'm not getting mana flooded, I get mana screwed. I need to draw a card. Guys, I'm sorry, but I need my lands to win the game. And we won't get it, it seems. Never mind, I will keep drawing. At some point in my freaking deck, there is a lone land that wants to be played. Oh man, that was rough. Definitely not what I imagined for the turn. We basically used everything, we tapped everything, we didn't play a single threat, now the Emperor cannot be bluffed, and we had to do all of this just to basically buffer not drawing lands. At least the token will die, so I mean there's something. In case they have the Emperor, they don't, but in case. Let's go like this. I mean, that's a very serious timer. We are basically saying, will I hit farewell in time to win this game? So far the answer is absolutely no, Sloth. You won't be able to play a single land so far. Let's go Memory Deluge. This is how we roll. Farewell. I mean, Dissipate is okay as a follow-up. Also, not a single land in all those 4 cards. I kid you not, we actually did not hit single one. It's pretty insane, if you ask me. That was probably something I want to... I just don't want to die, guys, you know? That's the point. And I will... yeah, we are going all in on not dying this turn, because he needs to kill us and we need to cast Farewell. He can make 1 creature indestructible. The problem is that we are not destroying everything, we are just kindly asking, will you get exiled, please? Ooh, that's interesting. Is that enough? I'm not sure if we win the game or we lose the game. We probably lose, right? So now we get 2 farewells. Oh my god, this is the kind of stuff that I love. I absolutely love. It's great. It definitely feels like decent game of Magic. I just want to point out, my opponent with less lands just casually got all of them in a row. It's fine. Atawara. This was the last turn before we win the game. And that's why getting mana screwed is bad. Guys, don't do it. Always draw your lands and then you will win the game. But to be fair, if the only game that we are losing is due to being incredibly mana screwed, even after drawing 8 cards with Memory Deluge, like we ciphered through more cards, because don't forget, at the end 6 cards or 4 are from Memory Deluge, so we nearly went through half of our deck for those 6 lands. That's absolutely annoying. We needed 4 life, and that's why I cast Reverie, right? Because we wanted to make sure that we don't die, because the next turn we win the game. Alright, we are going first with Reverie, which is pretty nice. Let's see what we are against this time. I'm not sure what we are against yet. And also let's see if we were able to draw lands, but at 3 we can already play the game basically, so that should be fine. So our current strategy is most likely to cycle it. Yeah, I think cycling is good enough. We are not against super aggressive deck. We are basically having Reveries against like soldiers and mono red. Green usually has big creatures, they often have trample, and it might be Giant, which probably is the case with Windgrace, usually when they play. Oh, alright. I mean, that's interesting. And if that's interesting, it means we can play differently. This is the 1 turn we let the guard down, and we say, do your worst, because you have only 3 mana to close this game. And usually they cannot. It means that we get a 6/6 for 3 mana. That's pretty good stat line. And then we end up with Make Disappear. I think there is a scenario where we want to double cast those cards. Because we can protect our, for example, Wedding Announcement, and we can make disappear something else, you know. Like, I think we should be really fine here. At this point, I think we are kinda winning the game. We need just, like, Memory Deluge or Bankbuster or Teferi to close it, probably. So let's see what our opponent is doing. Zoltai is, well, not in the best place right now. Do we fight for the board? Yeah, sure. Why not? He really seems to be eager to use it, so let's make sure that it's a bit harder. And then we cycle basically the Wedding Announcement again. And I definitely want this here. We attack with 1, we want the token. I will actually a little bit commit to this pressure. I think it's good enough. And we definitely need this 2 mana for Soul Partition, so the Wedding Announcement can keep going. We can also trade it for basically 3 cards. And we will probably do it if he wants to sweep the board with another drag to the bottom. He still needs to use the card, and even though it seems like a huge board, it is basically 1 card that we used so far. Yeah, Soul Partition is really good combination with a lot of cards right now. So let's see. Nothing? Ah, alright. What if we wanted to draw a card, my friend? 4 mana, that's pretty sus. He can survive 3 turns and then he needs to react. Alright, oh, that's a nice draw. Oh, the top land. Fully punished. Oh, that's really brutal. Alright, 6 damage to the table. Let's see what he has. Make Disappear is really good draw. The fact that I didn't go for the tap land before definitely bites us. Like this was the turn to play this into Make Disappear, but we do not have enough mana. Our opponent is super tanking. Like bro, by now you should really know what is the plan on your side, because you didn't do anything main phase, so right now you should know exactly what's the play. I have no idea what I'm playing against, by the way. All I know is that whatever they do, it needs to be countered because they build toward very slowly. And they have Transformers. Whales alert. Alright, so what's the plan, my friend? So it's a Shigeki deck. Alright, so it's a Shigeki deck probably, right? If they have Sky Turtle, they most likely have Shigeki. They don't play Windgrace, so usually you play Windgrace just to get advantage of this ramp. You play it for 4, you get already the ramp, you get the life, blah, 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 blah. It's pretty good. I really like this interaction. Alright. Angel of Suffering. Well, one of us will definitely suffer. I kinda want this protection spell. It's 4 if I remember, right? 5? Bro, your stuff super expensive. You need to get it cheaper. I like the idea though, but of course it will be kinda hard to use. And we have 26 noted, which is really relevant because right now the pressure starts on our opponent. He needs to do something very quickly. And on the next turn we can also get extra 3 damage from the Founder, which nearly kills him. Alright, this is the big turn. I'm pretty sure we will make Disappear something, and then we have to draw a card, possibly Memory Deluge or Teferi. You know, that's why Zulta is not here. Like, you can feel that the deck is just not super powerful. It's just 1 for 1. Even though our draws are not greatest, we will kill him in next turn. Smorg? So even if he clears the board, our Manland actually kills him, which is pretty nice for a control deck. That might have been the first one ever. And I mean, how much do I need? 3? Yeah, only 1 card? Gladly. Especially this is the card that we don't use for the matchup anyway. So as you can see, as slow as possible we will get extra cards. Very good sportsmanship from our opponent. You can see he's a fellow junk brewer, like positive guy that's trying stuff. Unfortunately it's just not so efficient as the meta choices.